All right, welcome to the Cat's Garage. I'm Dirk, also go by Razaron, and here is the original oil cooler lines for the FD RX-7. And so if you go on the forums, some people say, hey, all you have to do is pull them apart. You know, you have to remove these clips. And then they just pulled apart. Some people are like, no, you had to unscrew them and everything else because you see this gigantic nut here and there's a nut here. Don't mess with these nuts on the lines themselves. If it's the stock system, there is this clip that goes in there. And what you need to do is take a scribe or something, push on it until the clip starts to reveal itself out of here. Slide your scribe in and pull it out. Keep them if you're reusing your lines, because if you don't, you're not going to be able to reuse your lines. The pressure will pop them. Anyway, once that happens, they're going to be, if depending on how long it's been, you might have to twist a little bit as you work it, but they will come apart. There is no screw-on area for these lines. It is a simple seated line that clips into place, and you use these clips to firmly secure them as such. And then you push it down in, and there you go. Your line is once again secure, and it's not going to leak. So that's the easiest way to do that. And this side of the lines, obviously this line wasn't actually on this side. This side here was on the oil cooler itself. The other side is what goes to the motor, but it's the same setup. Still got the beveled edges, it seats in, you get it in, and then you put your clip on the hose where it goes. So there's a tip and trick for you. Don't try unscrewing this section of the hoses. These hoses just get clipped together. Once again, to show you, you find the little end, you push on it. Usually a scribe is a pretty good way of doing it. You just push it around until it starts to come out. It'll pop out, twist and pull your hoses apart. Now, where the banjo bolts are, you're gonna need a 23mm wrench, and that's gonna get your banjo bolts out. And I'll grab one of those real quick here. The threading on these is 18mm, so you wanna make sure that you either keep the banjo bolt to go back in, and once again, that's going to be on this end here. So this one actually came off of the lower rotor housing side, so you're going to have that in there. There's going to be a crush washer on both ends, and that's going to screw in there. And then you're going to need the 23mm to break that loose. So that's pretty much it for getting the oil lines off. The hardest part, I think, for me right now is going to be getting the rest of the line that goes off of the oil filter pedestal. Getting that line out is going to be the hardest because it goes down between the motor and the power steering and AC. And I'll bring you over there real quick, just to kind of show you it. So, yeah, definitely some interesting stuff here, but the motor or the engine side is going to be down here, and then the return side is going to be up here by the oil filter. And as you can see here, move some of this stuff out of the way, these fuel lines and whatnot. I've already taken this banjo bolt out, but here's where the problem is. So as you see, the line goes down in between. I've got to figure out now how to break that loose and get that line out of there. So anyway, I'm not reusing these lines. I'm going with a custom setup. As you see, it comes back down here, and this is where it's connected down here. So yeah, so I'm gonna have a little bit of fun ahead of me here, it looks like. And once I figure out how to get that out, we're going to be going with all the EARL's plumbing stuff here. So we got all of our fittings, we got our line, we got our brackets, we have 2 oil coolers, And we have all the tools to take care of everything. Some assembly lube while we're going through and doing it. And we also have the thermostat that'll be working off of it. But there you go. That's what we're doing right now. And we're gonna be doing a few other things. Obviously I gotta figure out how I'm gonna mount it here. I think I'm gonna end up mounting it into here. I'm gonna have to move this bottle, flip it around, come back through this way to mount it. The stock one was over here because this was a base model. So I'm gonna be getting rid of this bracket here and doing the same thing off of the areas up here where there's already some holes that I can utilize. So, but anyway, that's where we're at right now. And that's what we're doing. I'm gonna be running my lines across through here where the bumper support goes. So both my lines will come through here. I've already moved the horn down to there. And some of these other, this will actually be able to stay there. I'm gonna lift this one up and I'm gonna move it so it looks pretty similar to this one. And yeah, that's what we're doing right now. But look at that, all that mess on top of the motor, it's gone. It's gone. And it's all over there now. Oh, it's a good thing I take a lot of pictures. So this way I have reference to put it all back together. Plus, downloaded a bunch of the service manuals, everything else, so I can go through those. Printed off a bunch of wiring or vacuum diagrams and everything else. Not that I'm going to be going with the rat's nest back in there again, doing a custom solenoid setup. Going to be using the electronic boost controller, read up on the best way to route that in. And yeah, so we're going to keep working on this the best way we can, following some of the advice of a lot of the people on the forums, and we'll see where it goes. And who knows, if it goes boom, well, LS swap. Okay, maybe not. But anyway, y'all take care, and I'm gonna keep getting back to work. Any type of thing I come up with to show you a little tip and trick, I'll add it. All right, y'all take care.